Well, I'm Melody Wilson, and I teach English. English is my content area. And so here with PLI, I am teaching English 1, which is your ninth grade equivalent. And I'm also teaching seventh grade English. Well, I am what you call a career switcher because I have military background. And then after the military, I worked in publications for several years, about a decade, as an editor for a magazine and working in that. And then I switched over to education. I actually come from a long line of educators, so that there are principals, professors, administrators, teachers, all in my family. And I didn't think I was going to be in education, but life has a way of, especially when you become reflective and you start thinking of the things that really had an impression or made an impression on you. And so I found myself in education as well. So I switched over. I've been teaching for a little over 15 years. It actually was that point of reflection when I was thinking, it was kind of twofold, when I was thinking of who made the biggest impact on me when I was growing up. And invariably, it always came to family, different mentors, and teachers. And that was what I wanted to be a part of. I wanted to be involved in something like that, that would be meaningful at some point in a student's life. It's not always in the moment. Sometimes it's years later, and you don't even realize the impact of how people have poured into you. Have they expanded your view and made opportunities possible for you? And so I wanted to be involved in some aspect of doing that. You've got all different companies out there. You've got some who are basically tutoring based. You've got some that have their own systems, so you don't do any planning or anything. You're just using their stuff. But I gravitated to proximity because I was intrigued at the prospect of still being able to do what I've learned to do, teaching, planning. Okay, so I didn't want to give up that piece. You'll find that a lot of teachers, they don't want to be so structured that they have to, teach what's given to them. So we know the content, but to have that flexibility and be able to do what we know to do in our planning. So that was a plus for me. And I also chose proximity because you guys seem to be super organized and professional. And you need that, especially when you're making a transition to something new. You need people who are excelling in their area of expertise. And that, for me, that was what proximity offered. I wouldn't know for sure until I came on board. And I've been pleased since I've been here because I have seen that it is truly just an area of excellence, and that just the willingness to change. So all of those decisions are why I came on and why I'm staying on. And yeah, so we'll we'll see. So as you are growing, you're helping us grow, and I'm excited about it. There is this element of respect, and that's key. I know all of us as teachers, we come from different backgrounds and there are different administrative models and different experiences, but my experiences in the brick and mortar have been good. And for the most part, administration is supportive. But I can tell you what, if that piece is missing, there's so much frustration out there when you don't feel valued. And the turnover that you see is usually for that very reason, because of everything that we have to do as educators and everything that we go through, the professional piece and the emotional piece, to not get the support that you feel you need is key. I mean, that's why they're doing climate surveys, up the wazoo every year to see, what's the climate like, right? So you really need to feel respected as a professional, and I've really been pleased about that aspect here at Proximity. I'll tell you that for sure.